Hi, I'm Charlotte Forbes, studying Educators Inquiring About the World, Semester 2, 2020. The effects of drought on wheat crops in Western Australia. Wheat is one of Australia's major winter crops, grown particularly in Western Australia, providing over 10 million tonnes of wheat to both the farming and food industries, with majority exported to other countries. Unfortunately, Western Australia is dealing with lower annual rainfall than usual during the autumn and spring months, and later starts in the season. Australia's climate is the most inconsistent in the world, with drought being very tenacious and reoccurring. Western Australia's agriculture industry is strongly impacted by the changing weather patterns and changing climate. In southern Western Australia, temperatures have risen 1 degree Celsius, causing seasonal average temperatures to be warmer. Southern Western Australia's rainfall has also declined by 20% in many areas, with record lows being recorded by the Bureau of Meteorology. The lack of rainfall has been causing deficiencies in crop soils, impacting root zone soil moisture, causing germination and early growth in the wheat plants to be much slower for most crops. The CSIRO and Bureau of Meteorology reported the likelihood of drought to increase in frequency and intensity in the following 30 years. It is predicted low rainfall, high temperatures, and low soil moisture will occur twice as often in most regions of Australia and 4 times as often in southern regions of Western Australia. Wheat crops in southern parts of Western Australia are grown on dry land, broadacre farming systems. Rainfall is the most important factor when determining the potential of a crop, which can impact the yield due to the varying rainfall throughout the seasons. Western Australia is known for its white-grained wheat varieties, which produces a high-grade milling flour used particularly for flours and breads. Western Australia's low moisture content, low discoloration and high bulk density creates wheat suitable for a range of products. Drought impedes heavily on wheat grain varieties, reducing productivity at different growth stages, creating significant loss in yields. With some of the lowest rainfall averages recorded in history, soils becoming very dry, and severe rainfall deficiencies in some parts, means drought is affecting the production and yield of wheat crops in southern Western Australia. The agriculture industry is one that feels the lasting impacts of drought. Unfortunately, drought doesn't just disrupt cropping programs, but also impacts on both stock and animal breeding programs, farm business income, and the livelihoods of farmers, which in turn affects the supply of certain foods to us. There is also the impacts on the environment to consider. These include vegetation damage and loss, soil erosion, and water contamination, all of which have a long-term effect on cropping programs. On average, many typical cropping farms lose a profit of roughly $70,000 per year due to drought conditions. Drought is not something we can control ourselves. The lack of rain unfortunately impacts on basic resources needed, such as drinking water, water for sanitation, and obviously water to grow food for eating. Even though this is the case, it is vital we play a role in protecting water and making the necessary changes to the way we use it. It's important to save water, and this can be achieved by doing simple things around your home. These may include taking shorter showers, watering your gardens and plants at certain times of the day to ensure no wastage occurs, checking toilets and taps are not leaking, and using water-wise products which can help to reduce water throughout our homes. Thank you for listening.